Hi, it's week 3 of the Global Read Out Loud videos. This is where I answer your questions, and I'm back home with little Petunia. And I thought this week I would start off with the book giveaway. So I did the random number generator out of all the questions and schools that I got, and it came up with number 16, and that's Mrs. Wert's class, 3rd grade class in Pennsylvania. You have won a copy of Stella DIAZ Has Something to Say and an advanced reader of Stella DIAZ Never Gives Up. So I'll be sending that to you soon, and congrats. But now let's begin the questions. So first question is from Mrs. Moy's class at Berry Hill School in Charlotte, North Carolina. Do you like octopuses? So I like sea creatures, and then when I started realizing all the cool things about octopuses, like they can sneak away in 1-inch holes, I thought it was super cool and I wanted to include it in the book. From Mrs. Holland's 2nd grade class in New Jersey, were you ever teased growing up? So I was, and it's always a little hard when you are being teased. I wrote Stella in a lot of ways to kind of process that in a way, and also think about, like, I wish other kids knew that it happens to a lot of people, and that the best thing you can do is talk to someone about it, especially an adult. From Miss Player in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Did your librarian in school speak Spanish, and was she crazy? No, she didn't speak Spanish, but she did have the stuffed goose that we used to squeeze every time we took out a book. From Miss Kitson's class in Morris Plains, New Jersey. Bella wants to know, why did you make Stella's parents divorced? So my parents are divorced, and I thought a lot of kids could relate to that, and when I thought Stella's based off a lot of my experiences, I thought I'd put that in there. From Miss Wilson's 3rd grade class in Missouri. Why did you decide Stella wouldn't have many friends? So I think she has some friends, but I personally have always had less friends, but very close friends, and I think that's what's so hard for Stella. She started a new grade, and her best friend isn't there. From Miss Martin's 2nd grade class in Minnesota, or no, sorry, in Maine. Do you like writing stories, and is it hard to come up with ideas and then write a story? I love writing stories. The hardest part is a lot of times coming up with an idea, and a lot of times it's like I think about an experience, or I go to a place, or I find an interesting object and I start thinking, what's the story there? And it all develops from there. All the way from the Avenue School in Brazil, Fernand's question, why did you choose the name Anna? So I chose the name Anna because in elementary school I had a good friend named Anna, and she had red glasses just like the Anna in the book. So I thought I'd put her in there. From Miss Hanson's class in Wisconsin, you guys were curious what matrimonios were. Matrimonios means wedding, but what they're describing in the book is like this piece of guava paste that's like almost like a slab, and then some cheese, and you put that together, and they call it a matrimonio because it's delicious and it's like the perfect union. So it's kind of like slang. Let's see. From Miss Johnston's class, what inspired you to create the character Stanley? I wanted to create a character that Stella would want to be friends with, but then also she was inspired by, because it looks like he has it so easy, and that he can make friends super easily, and he can just come in from a new place and everything's fine. And that's all the stuff that Stella struggles with, and so I thought it'd be fun to have like that contrast. From Miss Davison's class in, I think, Rochester, Michigan. Are any of your other books characters based on people in your life? So my book, Sing Don't Cry, is based off of my grandfather. So I do, to answer your question, I do include parts of my family or my own experiences in my book. So like Sing Don't Cry is based off my grandfather. The book Knit Together is based off of my relationship with my mom. And this other book, Let's Go Hugo, was kind of about me struggling to take off and a little afraid of trying something new. So every book has me in a way, it just Stella has a lot more of my own experiences. Oh, this one's sweet. From Mrs. Mason's class in Illinois, Anthony wanted to know, did you have any book ideas from your trip to Colorado? I did. They're still really rough, but I went to the conference and I gave this speech, and then I heard other great authors give speeches, and it made me start thinking, what are some inspiration or little ideas I've had in the back of my head for a while? Then from Jennifer, from Miss Struffle's class in Adams Elementary in Spokane Valley, Washington. Isabella wants to know, do you like dogs? Of course, I love dogs. They're my favorite type of pet. Well, outside of fishes. And then from Miss Bridgman's class in Winnipeg, Canada, they were wondering if there's a student in my class that was unkind to me like Jessica. So Jessica is kind of based off of a couple of different experiences. There wasn't one specific girl that was as mean as Jessica. So I just thought to make it a clearer story, I would just have it be one person. And then from Mrs. Wert's third grade class in Pennsylvania, if you had another job, what would it be? I love what I do. I also really like baking and cooking, so I think that could be fun. I also love paintings, and I thought it'd be really fun to work in a museum. And then from Miss Hansen's class in Wisconsin, who were some of your favorite authors when you were growing up? So I loved Shel Silverstein. I loved, who else? Roald Dahl, Beverly Cleary, and Judy Blume. Those are probably my top 4. Now from Miss Friedman's class in Maine, have you been to any other countries besides Mexico and the United States? So I have. I've been really lucky. I went to Europe when I was in high school with my mom, and then I went again as an adult, and then I visited some family in Colombia, and I went to Belize. So not as many as I would like, but quite a few. Okay, and I think the last one for this video. Okay, from Miss Kitson's class in New Jersey. One of your students wanted to know, can you talk in Spanish in one of your videos? Sure. So, your question in Spanish would be,
¿Puedes decir algo en español?
This is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 where I answer the rest of the questions. Bye.
Hasta pronto.